Hola, 皆さん。アメリカからコキさんです。はじめまして。よろしくお願いします。皆さん、いらっしゃい、いらっしゃい、いらっしゃいませ。はい、皆さん、元気ですか？はい、皆さん。俺は元気ですよ。はい、皆さん。よし。皆さん。こんばんは。こんばんは。こんばんのセグメント。こんばんのセグメント。一番セグメント。あ日本語スナック。日本語。日本語軽食。軽食。はい、皆さん。あ、2番セグメント。2番セグメント。皆さん。えっと、あ動詞と漢字を勉強します。はい、皆さん。はい、はい。日本語の本、うん、漢字の本、はい、皆さん。3番セグメントはテレビをします。遊びます。皆さん、遊びます。ジョイメカファイター。ジョイメカファイト。ジョイメカファイト。はい、皆さん。NintendoSwitchOnline 日本。ファミカン。はい、皆さん。そして、ボーナスゲームをします。ボーナスゲームをします。あ時間、あ時間、うん、時間、時間と、うん、うん、あそこ、うん、あそこと、時間はあそこと、いや、はいその場、その場その場と、時間はそばと、その場と、うん、大丈夫、大丈夫。皆さん、今は一番セグメント、英語をします。日本語、スナック。あ軽食。皆さん。Hey everybody, welcome to the English segment of the show. Today I'm gonna be covering Japanese snacks. Haven't done that in a long time. So what happened was over the weekend, I did my usual trip to Mitsuwa and Edgewater, but I also went to this little mall here in the U.S. called American Dream in New Jersey, and there's this new Japanese store there called Ebisu. 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 And it's like a grocery store. It's kind of like a mini mart kind of thing. It's a small mini mart that's there. And they had all kinds of cool stuff. Food, groceries, but they even had like model figurines, anime themed stuff there. So I got myself some stuff there. And also at Mitsuwa, I got myself a new snack. I covered this before, this brand. This is the Morohaku Tanban Kuro Mame Arare. This is. Who are these guys again? Oh, yeah, Morihaku. This is Morihaku. So they have a new flavor called Red Bean. As I've covered before, corn is the best flavor that they made of this product. But I never tried black bean before, so I got myself a black bean. I'm gonna try that out. And at Ebisu, I was able to get my hands on this new thing that is not at Mitsuwa. And I checked myself when I was there at Mitsuwa. It's Tohato. These are Tohato brand potato chips. We got here, let's see. Which one is this here? Um, Bajoga. Bajoga. Umasho. I think I'm reading this right. Probably not reading this right. My apologies. Gomenasai, minasan. Gomenasai. So I got these, this Tohado brand. This one has the waffle shapes. It's a pretty cool waffle shapes. And this one here seems to be buttered. It looks like there's some kind of teriyaki butter on this one. I can't recognize it. Tohado. Ooh, wow, the text is so small. They have it here in English. They put an English tag over it. I wish I had. Tohado stick potato. Okay, that's what these are. Tohado stick potatoes. This one is salt. Okay, this is salt. Shio. So what's this one here? It says seaweed. This is nori? But this is pata. Yeah, this is butter. So this is a unique butter. Yeah, it's a unique butter. And of course, this one, they put the tag upside down. Oh my gosh, why did they put the tag upside down? And these are chips. These are chip styles waffle. So I'm gonna get a chance to taste these out. Oh yeah. And then while that was at Ebisu, I got something for the Pokemon Nuzlocke tomorrow here on Twitch. And now, if you've seen in past shows, normally I would have Waddle Dee's house here, but I'm focusing on studying today for the coming weeks. That's why I have all the books out this time. But for my Pokemon Nuzlocke show here on Twitch, now you know that I like these remnants, and they Ibisu happen to have these remnants Pokemon brands here. I haven't cracked them open yet, so I'm gonna crack these open after I do the taste test and see what kind of Pokemon I got. So basically, create a tree. They form into a tree, as you can see here on the side, just like this. But I didn't buy all of them. I only bought 2, so I don't know what I got. Maybe I should have bought all of them. I don't know. But I really like these remnant brands. I also like the bag that they gave. Look at that. This is a very nice bag. So yeah, this is Ebisu at over at American Dream in the Meadowlands, New Jersey. It's right off the New Jersey Turnpike, exit 16W. If you want to get to Ebisu, it's a pretty nice grocery store. Very small, very simple, nothing complicated. And they even have capsules, catcher capsules. Very expensive, just to let you know, but they do have them. So let's start with salt flavored, the classic here, and let's see what these are all about. It's gonna be very exciting, cracking all of these open. I haven't done these in such a long time. It's really awesome. Oh, and let me bring my black bean one over here too. Let's put you over here. You're gonna be last. Alright, so let's give this a try. Minasan, potato chip. Tabemashou. Let's see here. There we go. So, this is not bad. This is not bad. It's your typical American style looking chip, looking stick. A lot of American potato chips are like this. One of the most famous ones is called Handicap potato chip. Let's see here. Oh. Okay. Wow, this was actually very flavorful. I could really taste the salt. That just really kicked in nicely. This is fresh, actually. This is very fresh tasting. Not bad. Like, no, I won't do that. No. Yeah. I gotta say, this is actually pretty tasty. It melts very quickly in the mouth. It's very good. Wow. Very breathtaking. So this is the salt. According to the bag here. This is regular salt. Normal potato chip. Dang. Let me tell you something. There's a lot in this bag here. That's not bad. Today's potato chips here in the U.S., the United States, they don't give you a lot of potato chips now. But for this bag size, with the amount of chips in here, it's not bad for the price. This was like maybe $3. Yeah. I like this. I like this already. So we're gonna try out the chip one. This one that looks like something you would find at a United States diner, at a U.S. diner, especially here in New Jersey, when they make these little crinkle cut ones like this, the waffle potato chips. Let's see here. Oh, these look nice. I like the presentation. Look at this. Look at that. Very simple. This is very simple here. Yeah, let me just get a little. There we go. I like that. It's not overcomplicated. I like that it's circular as opposed to. Well, they show it right here too that it is circular. That it is circular right here at the top. Let me just shift to the side a bit. Yeah, you can see that it's a little circular. While the presentation here is the traditional style, U.S. style of fried French fries. That's what it is. It's like French fries. You know, they have the look of French fries, but this is a nice shape. I like the shape. It makes it easy to grab and hold on to. Let's give this a taste here. So this flavor is still salt, I believe. Yeah, this is still salt flavor. Interesting. It's got the same kick as the sticks, but the difference is that it doesn't melt instantly like the sticks did. I had to really crunch into that and chew. I'm sorry if you heard the chewing. I mean, I'm not doing ASMR after all. So it's the same thing, umasho flavored. Umasho flavored. Shio. Umasho shio. So yeah, but what I like about it is that it's a lot more strong. It's a little stronger. You know, it's not breaking very easily, and I think that's the idea of this demonstration here on the cover, that you can break it, but it's not that breakable. That's what I'm assuming is what they're demonstrating. It's got that crunch to it. Yeah, this is actually pretty good. And again, they give plenty in here for the price. I like that. I like that. I like that. For that $2.99 price, they give you a lot of chips. Let's try one more time. There we go. Let's pull this up. Sit up. Sit up, you. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Perfect. So, this is actually really this just like the sticks. They're salt flavored, but this one has but whereas the stick melts, this you have to like really chew. But the texture, it's got a good crunch to it. It's pretty good. Now this one has more flavor. Unfortunately, I don't recognize the kanjis in these two kanji here. This is bata. So there's some kind of butter, but there's an extra flavor to it. So I don't know if it's teriyaki butter. I'm trying to figure out that thing, seaweed. This is probably nori. This is probably nori flavored. See, this is probably nori flavored. So this has got a good scent to it. So this is another set of sticks. Looks pretty much the same like the regular salt. So let's see how this tastes like. Yeah, the butter is very strong on this one. I can really taste the butter. Oh yeah, I can taste the butter. And I don't know why the English language says that it's seaweed. It probably is. I'm not sure what that's all about. But this is good. This is good. The butter it's really got the buttery texture coming out of this out of these sticks here. So and just like the regular salt, the flavor really comes out of the stick pretty well. This is it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's very flavorful, very flavorful. And again, just like in these other bags here, there is plenty. There's really plenty of sticks in this bag. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see the sticks, but it's not bad. This is actually plentiful compared to American potato chips. I would say between the three, they got good. Even though they got all strong flavor, I would say the butter one is better. If you want the real impact, like if you really want all that flavor going, I would say go with the butter, nori. But between the salts, in terms of the salts, if you want this one, I would say the sticks are better by comparison. The waffle ones are nice because you can hold on to them and you can chew on them. But but in terms of explosive, the flavor exploding in your mouth, the sticks actually really pull that off very well. They I'm not sure what it is, but they kind of really soak the flavor in nicely, and you can actually get all that flavor out of the sticks more so than you can with the chip, more so than with the chip here. So yeah, I would say go with the sticks. If you like the look of the waffles, go for that. They're still good. They're still good. They still got flavor. But if you want that explosive impact of the flavor, the sticks are actually delivering on that. What's going on here? Here we go. So let's give this here a try. One of my favorite brands here, outside of Himemaru, and that's Morihaku. So I got this over at Mitsuwa. I've never tried this flavor before. They were all out of corn, sadly. Corn is the top flavor. In Mitsuwa, the corn flavor of this product gone always, while all these flavors are like piled high. It was really funny because when I saw the corn, it was like maybe 2 or 3 left, and then the other piles of flavors like the curry and cheese and the black bean, they were like piled this high. So yeah, the corn flavor, I 100% always recommend the corn flavor. It's an awesome flavor. But this is my first go at black bean, which is a new flavor. So a new favorite for me. So let's give this a try. Can't wait to see how this goes. Here we go. So this actually looks really nice. I could really see the black bean. It looks like I could see the black bean. I'm assuming that's black bean. That was peppered. That was peppered into the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like sprinkled on top, onto the rice cracker. I'm a big rice cracker fan now all of a sudden. Ever since I had Himemaru, I just fell in love with Japanese rice crackers. I love them. Except for the wasabi ones. They're too much. Oh no wasabi. Okay. Hmm. 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 It's definitely got the black bean flavor. Yeah. Mm, it's definitely there, the black bean. It seems like it might have soaked into the cracker, which is not bad. Which is not bad. It just means that when I crunch into it, it's got a. It gives me the impactful taste to it. It is not bad. This is not bad. Um, I would say probably second to corn. I really like this. I mean, not. Like if I were to do a tier list or something, like corn would be S tier. This would be A tier. Uh, hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Oh. Sorry, I was looking for a napkin. I happen to have these over here. Mm. Yeah, so the black bean ones, I should have came prepared with the napkin. I apologize. Go a minute, side, minute, side. Go a minute, side. Here we go. There we go. But in terms of the black bean, yeah, this is actually a pretty good flavor. It's right off the bat to the taste, right there on the tongue. It is definitely black bean. I mean, why wouldn't it be black bean? But you get these artificial flavors and such. But these guys, they really pull off the natural flavors very well. They like get them in there somehow. But yeah, it's very well crafted. These things are well crafted. But and just like the corn, the flavor is there. Like I can taste the black bean. It's very flavorful, just like the corn. Compared to the cheese and cheese and curry, I'm just not really feeling. I never liked the cheese and curry one, but I would definitely put this in second place behind corn as one of the top best flavors of this brand rice cracker. I really do enjoy this, and it's 100% Japanese rice. It's always cool. So yeah, in terms of this, I would definitely go corn and black bean. Okay, so here we go. Put you all to the side here. Here we go. Ah, perfect. Wow. So, here is the remnants. Here are the remnants. We're gonna take a look and see what's in here. Who did I get? Mitsu o nomimasu, minasan. First of all, I gotta cut through the tape here. There's some tape here. Okay. Here we go. Can I cut through the tape? Or I have to get the scissors. Looks like I'm gonna have to get the scissors. Alright. Okay. How's everybody doing? Y'all doing good? I'm doing good. It's gonna be a big night. Because we're gonna look at verbs. I've been trying to make charts and such. I'm gonna go through all the details of what's going on with the good old education, because this is the last week of conversational classes, the ones that I've been taking, and then next week I'll be taking a new course called Conversation and Culture. Hey, Phantom-san, konnichiwa, konbanwa. It's nighttime. Konbanwa, Phantom-san. Genki desu ka? Genki desu. はい、よーし、やったね、やったね。あー、Adam さん、元気です。 Watashi wa genki desu. I'm doing good today. I've just finished trying out these new Japanese snacks that I got over the weekend, and I highly recommend them. I recommend the tohados. They're very good. Very good potato snacks if you ever potato chips if you ever come across them. And if you ever go to a Japanese mart and you see this brand here called Morihaku, I do recommend the black bean alongside the corn. Those are my top two flavorful Morihaku rice crackers to go with. And these chips here, beautifully flavorful. Definitely would recommend them if you're a potato chip fan. They're very good. They got a nice punch to it when you bite into them. It's really good. And so to close out my segment, I got some new remints figurines. These are Pokemon themed remints, which I'm going to add to my Pokemon Nuzlocke background. Starting tomorrow, but we're gonna crack this open and see what's inside. Now, this I got at the usual Mitsuwa in Edgewater, New Jersey, but these snacks here are not at Mitsuwa in Edgewater, New Jersey, nor these remints. In fact, they are at a store called Ebisu at American Dream Mall in the Meadowlands, New Jersey, right off the turnpike. So this was my first time going to the store. It's a new store I've never been to, and they were the only ones that had these. Little Japan over at Mitsuwa does not have it, and they definitely don't have these Tohado brands. So we're gonna see what we got today. Then in the next segment, I'm gonna cover verbs and kanji again. Because there's a whole lot going on that I need help with. And then finally, play Joy Mech Fight on NSO Famicom. So let's start here with this one. And let's see what's going to be in my background for tomorrow's Nuzlocke. So here's the nice little tree stump. And it looks like... It looks like I have a Pikachu and this later gen Pokemon that I don't recognize. Let's see here. Let's open these up. Let's see it. Oh yeah, here we are. Here we go. Here we go. It's a look at that. They're underneath a little leaf here, like an umbrella leaf. I don't recognize this Pokemon. I wish my camera was a little clearer. Oh, that's a Goomy. Well, that's a nice looking Goomy sitting in. No, they're gonna die. Well, they're sitting with a happy smile, and with a leaf for an umbrella. Let's see if here. Let me block this out. Let's see if I can block it out. Let's see here. Let's move it up. Here we go. I know I'm having a hard time balancing it out, but yeah, you know why? Because I'm too close. Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's try that. Here we go. How does that look? Close enough. Let's put this together and see how this looks. So, yeah, tomorrow's the last day of the conversational course that I was taking, conversational class. The next one won't be until later this year. And next week, I'm going to be starting my first class of conversation and culture. And the way conversation and culture works is that I will learn how to talk and hold a conversation, but I will also learn Japanese culture at the same time. And this is actually very important. This is very interesting. And it's very important because I need to be able to speak, which is I'm still a long way. I got to work on that grammar as always, but the point is that not only do I do a conversation, but I catch up on Japanese culture because a lot has changed since I last stepped on the island 20 years ago in 2003. And a lot has changed since then. This is what it looks like. Here we go. This is what they look like. I think I'm doing it wrong. Let me see what the diagram shows for them. Oh, I see. I think I have it upside down. Yes, I do. I have it upside down. I actually have it upside down. This is what it's supposed to look like. This is them sitting on this little tree stump here, smiling together on a fluff of clouds. So you sit it like that. So that's how it's set. So I see how this trick works. So every single Pokemon here has their little cloud and a tree stump, but when you get more of them, you can actually stack them up into a bigger tree. So let's see what my second one is. Kawaii. Kawaii. So it is very clever how they did that, because if you just buy one box, you got yourself a nice statue stand right there on the spot. But if you get more, you can stack them up and go higher. I should have bought more of these, quite honestly, but they're not exactly cheap, as they say. Oh my gosh, I got, is this Latios or Latias? The red one. Red one is Latias or Latios? I can't remember. Here we go. And then here's his tree, his little stump. Wow, this is... Oh, wow. So he's actually... Oh, I see. He's the top of the tree. Latias. Okay, so I got Latias. Here. Latias is the top of the tree. And then you see how it goes all the way down to the bottom. Wow, I scored good on this one. Yeah, the thing about remnants though, and I do have to warn if any of you are looking to collect them, is that they are randomized. They don't tell you which one you're really getting on the box here. As far as I know, they don't tell you what you're getting on the box. I've never been able to see the difference. Any distinct differences? Yeah, see, they don't tell you what's in the box, so you gotta guess it. That's what makes building trying to build Wallady's house so difficult, because it's so random. Oh, that's right. These are their Japanese name, Numera and Pikachu, which is Gumi. Numera is Gumi, but. So if you're interested in collecting remnants, just be warned that they are randomized. And you may end up getting the same stuff. Now, the good thing about Pokemon is that it's Pokemon, and even though your job is to catch them all, it is possible to own multiple Pikachus, as is the game, as how the game works. Ah, interesting. I believe that's where I put Latias. So this is the same stand as this one here. So I don't have to open this one up because we're gonna stack them up. We're gonna stack these guys up. There we go. Oh, that's the stack up. That's the way it stacks up, huh? Let's see how this is done here, because there's a certain way that's done. I believe this is it. Okay. Yep. And then we do this. But yeah, remnants are really a cool brand. But like I said, you get well, as is with all Japanese models and such, they do cost money. But you do have to be firmly aware of the fact that remnants are random. They're very random. Wow, this is a very nicely done rainbow here. Look at that. Look at that. It's very well constructed. Very well crafted. The texture is very nice. Here we go. So we'll sit them like that. Oh, I believe I need to put Latias first. And to here. Like so. And now I put the rainbow. And there we go. Look at that. I don't even have to, yeah, I got so much light. Lighting is good. Here we go. Let's block that. There we go. And this is what it looks like. And this is just a short stump tree. This is not even the complete tree. But look how happy the Pokemon are. This is a very nice little theme to add for the Pokemon Nuzlocke. So you're going to see this in the back. I'll have to consider maybe running back to get more. Maybe get 2 more of these. Just to make the tree a little taller. Because remember, I got the Pokeball. And I got Pokeball and Jigglypuff also in the background. So I'll have to consider it. But yeah, this is how tall it's supposed to be. And so far, this is actually pretty big. All things considered, this is really a big stump. So each of these stumps, really go up in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, this is gonna be great seeing in the background of Pokemon when I do the Pokemon Nuzlocke. I'll consider getting some more, maybe a couple more of these, just so I can grow the tree up and get a few. Let's see, it's got Psyduck, Snively, Castform, Raichu. Looks like Tadpole that turns into what's his name? I think the freaking ninja one, Smash Brothers, that ninja frog in Smash Brothers. Can't remember. I'm old. I'm so old. Greninja. There we go. That's Greninja's child form or something. His first form. But yeah, this is very well done, and I like that they take into account. I got the question mark. What do you mean you're old? I am old. You're old. Yeah, here he is. I'm not sure if you can see. Here we go. Let's lower that down. Yeah, that, you see that blue one there on the right? I can't remember its name. Is that not what Greninja starts as? This little thing here. But man, this is pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, let's put everything away. Let's toss these all to the side. Let's throw everything in the garbage. Throw everything in the garbage. Okay, so thus ends the English language segment. Although there's probably still more English to come. So, where can I put you at? Uh-oh, I got no place to put you at. Oh, I'll put you all right here. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Ah, there we go. That's actually a good spot to put them in. There we go. Out of sight, out of mind. And I'll put you all over here so I don't risk dropping it. All right. So that was the English segment. Japanese snacks. Rement. It was great to come back to those. I haven't done that in a long time. Checking out the culture and everything. Do a little culture exchange. So it's time to get to the learning process. Got 1/3 of my lesson books here. 1/3. So let's jump on over to segment 2, the writing. The segment 2. 皆さん、2番セグメント、日本語を勉強します。皆さん、here we go. So this is my verb chart. This is basically all the suffixes that I could find from all these books here that the verb attaches to. It's pretty insane, quite honestly. It's kind of one of the many challenges that I'm having with Japanese, because I should be saying these words here. Well, not even words, these statements. So we got like I will, for example, which is what mas is right here. Mas. So ikimasu. And then you have will not or do not, which is masen, ikimasen. Then you have the ed ending, the past tense, which is mashita or ikimashita. Then of course you have I did not, which is masen deshita or ikimasen deshita. So those are your basics. But then it gets a lot more complicated as we start coming down here, because you have things like just do or go, which is te. So when you say ite, you're saying just go. Then you got kudasai, ite kudasai. But if you want to really see some crazy stuff, you got I want to do, which is tai. So you say ikitai, I want to go, ikitai. So if you're catching on, these are basically full-blown sentences that are being spoken here. They're literally full-blown sentences with these verbs attached. And that's one of the things that really throws me off, because in English, we don't attach verbs like that. When we say go, it's just go, G-O. It's its own independent word. And yeah, it does have past tense like gone, but we don't attach a full sentence in a manner of ikinakatari, which is do such things as this and that. So this is one of the toughest things in Japanese that happens in verbs, and I found a whole lot from these books here. Let's see, was it in All About the Particles? No, it was the Dictionary of Japanese Particles. Let's see, which one were you? You were this one, right? Yeah, I think it was this one here. This one had a good list. Yeah, here we are. So this is called The Quick Mastery of Vocabulary. It's written in Japanese. This basically is a quick vocabulary book. It's got, your typical vocabulary. If you need to develop vocabulary, it's got the kanji with furigana and English. It's pretty crazy. Like tenki, and it's separated by specific topics like weather, tenki, or industry, sangyo, which is industry. But at the back here, at the back of this book, there's this little chart that they have, and it got me thinking very much. Let me zoom in. Let me give it the zoom in. Here we go. Here we are. As you can see, it's a little tough to see because it's written in red. But this is the verbs. This is all the verb stems, basically, all the suffixes. Well, not all of them, but a majority of them. And you can see how long this list goes. So it got me thinking. It's on page 284 if you want to check it out. Page 284 of Quick Mastery of Vocabulary. So it got me thinking when I saw this list that I should make a list myself using the Genki book with the help of Genki books, as well as that dictionary. And that's why this chart exists, because this verb business is insane. It is very, very much insane. And like you got koto ga aru, have the experience of. So you would say, I believe it is iku koto ga arimasu. Have the experience of going. Then you have must. Mind you, this is just a 4-letter word here. This is a 4-letter word. I want you to look at that very carefully. This is a 4-letter word, and this is what its stem is. Nakiai kemasen, or nakarebai kemasen. So you would say, I believe it's ikana. I believe it's, if I remember correctly, it's ikena kere bai kemasen. Must go. So yeah, and then you have the volitions, which is, yeah, which is I will, and one variation is I will, one variation is let, which is iko. Which is iko here. Then you have the volitions, which is iko tomoimasu, which is I will go, and you have iko to omoteimasu, which is I am going. So you gotta, and those are very, very, very important. Sensei says the volitions are very, very important in speaking. So this is something that has to be really learned and grilled into the head. Which is tricky. Another one. Then you have things that would be like somebody does for you or somebody does for me, which is te kereru and te ageru. So somebody goes for you, or you go for somebody, or somebody goes for me. This is a hard one that me and my classmates had a hard time with. Ite kuremasu and ite agemasu, but it's really knowing the difference, because it's not that they sound similar, it's that their context is similar. So somebody does for somebody, and somebody or you do something for me. That's the big difference between the two. But it's very easy to mix them up. Trust me, I get that mixed up too. Ite ageru. Ite agemasu, which is somebody goes, somebody went for somebody. So Fen and Fang went for start, die, retry. Whereas if I were to say ite kuremasu, then I'm saying Fen and Fang go over here for me. The verb never ends. The never-ending verbing. I know, that's from the movie Never-Ending Story, Japan. But then, I start finding all these things like I hope, which is toi ne. I am hoping, which is toin dekero. So it'll be, I believe, iketo indakedo. Sorry for doing. Ite sumimasen deshita. I'm sorry for going. If and when. This one, another one of those tricky ones. Tara. So I believe it would be iketara, and then you have to complete the sentence. Yeah. It just doesn't stop. These verb stems. These verbs get attached to a lot of stuff, and the most craziest of them all are the passive and causatives and the causative passives. You probably might have heard me say it before, but I'll recite it. Ike sareraremasen deshita. So there's like three of these. You got ikaremas, ikesaremas, and where's it at? Where's that at? It's not here. Ikesaremas. Yeah, you got ikesaremas. Oh, ikasemas. There we go. Causative is ikasemas. Passive is ikaremas. And causative passive is ikasaremas. So what that means is when you say ikaremas, you're kind of annoyed or you're inconvenienced. So like somebody tells you to throw out the trash, you don't want to throw out the trash, but you gotta throw out the trash because it's annoying and disruptive. You say ikaremas, ikaremas, ikaremas. Now you have causative, which is sort of like allow me to or let me, something like that. It'll be ikasaimasu, ikasaimasu. No, nomasemasu. Hold on. Nondasemasu. I believe, yeah, nondasemasu. I think I got that right. Crap. I don't think I got that right. No, I don't believe I have it right. And then you have causative passive, which is if somebody, like, say, talk you into doing something you didn't want to do. Like, really, really didn't want to do it, but you have no choice. Then you would say, ikasaremas. So, because it's the mas form, I asked my sensei if it's possible to say masen deshita, and it's like, yeah, it's possible. In the right context. In the correct context, you could say ikasaremasen deshita. But one of the key issues with passive, causative, and causative passive is that verb stems are different from one another. So if you have taberu, do I have that written on here? No, right? No, I don't have taberu. Like taberu has a whole different way of saying these stems. Nonde, itai, no, iki, crap. Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. It's like you gotta say them in a certain way, and it's very hard to tell which one you gotta say too. But yeah, we're at the end. Yeah, I'm at the end here. But yeah, this is all stems. These are all stems that verbs attach to, and this is a very, very hard thing. It's why I'm having a hard time also speaking because I can't remember all of this. It's got to come natural. I got to find a way to make this a natural flow, and the only way I could think of to really pull off natural flow is having a conversation, and that's what the conversational classes are intended. So I can start saying these things, especially when they teach us this. When they teach us this, and I can get these down pat and drill into my head and naturally talk. Especially since I don't have many people to talk Japanese to. Please, Nihonjin viewers, please join the chat room. You're welcome to help. So that's part of the problem. The other problem is, of course, the kanji, because I'm writing novels and books and I'm translating them to Japanese. I gotta learn this kanji, and it's just very frustrating. Gotta keep. That's right. That's the trick. It takes time. We gotta keep grinding. You're absolutely right. The vocabulary is just as close to English in terms of amount and everything, but the grammar is killer. It is killer. And one of the killer things is the freaking kanji. I'm like looking at videos on YouTube saying, stop learning kanji. You don't need to learn kanji. It's like, yeah, we kind of do need to learn kanji. We can't navigate. But one of the things that always irks me, and a viewer by the name of Start Diver Drive, who's trying to learn Japanese, is also having a hard time. as well. He asked me what book to help out with the kanji, and I'm always going to recommend this book here. I'm always going to recommend this book. It's called the Japanese Kanji Fast Finder from Toodle, written by Lawrence Matthews. He goes into explanation about he does share his critique of dictionaries such as this, because they don't take into account that not only are there thousands. I mean, just look at 2,500. There's 2,500 word kanji in here, 2,500, and it's great that that this is for N5 to N1 for the Japan language proficiency test, Japanese language proficiency test. But the problem is finding the kanji is hard. It's very, very hard, because they'll do things like search in stroke order. How are we supposed to do that? Because sometimes even the littlest nub can be counted as one as a single stroke, and sometimes what looks like two strokes is actually one stroke by calligraphy standards. So it gets very, very frustrating because you'll never get that hard count, and this is why the Fast Finder is good for us, because while Kanji in Context, which another book I would recommend, because it also has the same thing, they have he put in this little chart here. This little chart is basically the radicals, which are the parts of a kanji. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I could get you a more closer enlarged one. The parts of a kanji. So I'm not sure if you could see it, but right here, you see that little top cap above the ko? Those are two separate. Those are called radicals, and there's two different radicals to it. And what the Kanji Fast Finder did is that it broke down those characters into those two specific shapes, and was put into this chart here. And the chart, basically, all that are associated with that radical are all on one single page. So you look at what the page is, like say for example, page 12. You find page 12, and then you scroll to page 12, and then you find the kanji that matches, and then you got your kanji. And he put both the onyomi and kunyomi. And that's another thing, sadly enough, makes kanji extraordinarily difficult. Not just only trying to find the kanji, but knowing which yomi to use. Let me see here. He explained onyomi. I didn't even know about well, it's not that I did. Well, I didn't understand onyomi and kunyomi. Like, I saw them. They're referred to as readings, and basically on readings are derived from Chinese, while kun readings are the native Japanese pronunciations of words. So yeah. So yeah. Start diatribe. It's very hard. The reason why the kanji exists, because he asked me the question, why does the kanji exist, is very simple enough. I can put this right here. Well, let's see here. I don't know if I can find. Oh, I'll go into. I know where I could go to. Jisho. We're gonna go to jisho.org. Jisho.org is gonna answer this question for you. Start diatribe. So let's do that. Where is gshow.org? Oh, it's not on here. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm in the right spot. There we go. Pull this down. I don't want to expose. Let's see here. There we go. And let's move this forward. Okay. So, here's the reason why kanji exist. Here is the number 4. Okay. This is the number. This is the character for the number 4. All right. Now, here's death. this is the character for death. So this is the character for 4, which is this nice little box. And this is the character for death, which is this nice little line hanging. Let's not elaborate on what that's supposed to represent. If you look up here on the top, you see this little character here. This little character right up here on the top. Right on top of the kanji, that's she. And over here for 4, you see the character for she. So you see the problem here? The word she means 4 and death. So that's the key problem with Japanese, is that words will carry multiple English meanings. So she in English means 4 or death. And so this is why the kanji has to exist, because it separates, it lets people know which word you're talking about, which she you're talking about. You're talking about 4 or you're talking about death? Well, here's the kanji. I'm talking about 4. No, I'm actually talking about this kanji here, which is death. And there is a whole lot of words. There's a whole lot of words with multiple English meanings. With a lot of English meanings. And that's why kanji exists in the first place. I wish they could come up with something better, but unfortunately, Japanese language, when you say the same words, well, it kind of goes crazy. The Japanese don't know what you're talking about if you don't have context. This is why one of the key reasons, if you watch Japanese television, why talk shows tend to flash kanji across when guests talk, when the hosts and guests talk, is so that the viewers will know what they're talking about, because viewers won't know what they're talking about if when they hear the sentence and the context. So they at least have so that viewers will know what the context is and what they're speaking. So that's why you see a lot of subtitles. That's why you see a lot of kanji and Japanese subtitles in a lot of programming, because unless it's a drama or an action show or anime where you actually have the context of the storytelling, which makes it easy to know what they're talking about. If you're watching a talk show, you don't know what they're talking about unless they put the kanji across, the subtitles basically in Japanese. So that's why that exists. And you love everything that is subs in Japanese. Phantom Son. So that's why kanji exists in the first place in Japanese. And it does come from China. To answer your question, it did come from China, ancient China, and they borrowed that. So, yeah, I don't know if there's any other way to do for them to do it, honestly, and that's why the Japanese Ministry of Education selected what is now 2100 kanji. That is known as general use kanji, which is everyday kanji, the kind of things you would see in store signs, highway signs, stop signs. So that way, so that Japanese will at least have the basic knowledge, and along with us. Usually, people who do beyond 2,500, I think it's like 20,000, 25,000 characters. I think I might have exaggerated with 25,000, but they're definitely in the north of 10,000. Usually, those who write that type of kanji are like the high educated Japanese, the scientists, the doctors, that kind of stuff. Like if you have a high level education, you'll be using those upper tier kanji. But the 2100 kanji that the Ministry of Japan prescribes, that's casual everyday kanji that the normal person would use. But I still do highly recommend, even though there's only 1945 kanji in here in this book, I still recommend it because you can find it very fast. So Yeah, that's the chaos of kanji. You got to read them two different ways, and they don't even always read two different ways. That's the shigoto principle. If you look at the kanji for shigoto, for shigoto, it's not exactly. I think onyomi. It's not onyomi. It's kunyomi. You think it's kunyomi, but it's really onyomi. Um, so yeah, it is very it will drive you batty, but you do need but as and I'll say this for all foreigners out there. Okay, for all foreigners out there, unless if you're living in Japan, you need to learn kanji. There's no escaping it. If you're going into business, if you want to do business with Japanese like I am, you gotta learn kanji. Especially if you're gonna be a writer, if you want to write in Japanese, write fiction or whatever type of writing you want to do, you gotta learn kanji. Uh, if you're interested in reading manga, you might be able to skirt around it because if you pick up ones with furigana. But if you pick up, say, a manga like Kaiju number 8 or Dan Dan Dan, there is no furigana on there. It's you gotta have this to be able to deal with in order to deal with the kanji. Do I have a copy? Let me get the copy here. I'll show you. I'll show you. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna show you the difference. Okay. This is Dan Da Dan. Let me pull this up. Here we go. So this is Dan Da Dan number 1. And here is. Well, I don't want to put Chainsaw Man up there. It'll be a spoiler. Oh no, I don't want to put that there because the anime of Kimetsu no Yaiba, because anime is out. Here's Kaiju number 8. Okay, so this is as you can see here. Kaiju number 8. Oh, I'll have to show it anyway. Well, this is Kaiju number 8. As you can see, they don't have the furigana text on the side of the kanji. So, whereas, let me see here. Are we at good? Oh no, this is total spoilers here. Should I risk it? Crap. Yeah, I'm not following. Well, yeah, I'm ahead of it. I'm ahead of a lot of you in yeah. All right, you know what? Dang it. Crap. You know what? Screw it. I'll show you Chainsaw Man. Here's Chainsaw Man. Here we go. There we go. If you could see, oh no, the texts are way too small. Where's a bigger text? Come on, there's a bigger text here. Yeah, here we go. This is a bigger text. There we go. You can see. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. You can see the furigana, the hiragana to the side of the text there. There we go. As best as possible. Yeah. So, you're going to have to learn kanji if you're going to read a book like Dan Da Dan or Kaiju number 8. But if you're reading Chainsaw Man or Kimetsu no Yaiba, which has furigana, the hiragana next to the kanji, you could skirt by that and have that as a guide. Saying like you could use chisho.org. Saying by putting up the furigana and you'll get your word for what it's saying. But if you're gonna read Dan 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 or anything like that, then you gotta have that fast finder because you don't know what those kanji mean. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, but to continue on, unless you want to have fun with, if you're just watching anime and only anime, then you don't have to worry about kanji unless you just want, the little blurb kanji that likes to pop up from time to time during like comedies or and such. Dr. Stone, JoJo's, that kind of stuff, then you don't really need kanji for that. Just learn to speak the language. Learn to speak the language, and you'll be fine. Build your vocabulary up and such. So, yeah, but in terms of kanji, yeah, you gotta learn in some capacity. Depending on your situation, you're gonna need kanji. So there's no escaping it for all of you. you know, and yeah, that's basically the whole situation there, isn't it? Yeah. So I think I hope that answers the question there. Start die ever try, and for all of you out there, it is a fun language to learn. I gotta say before, never stop learning. Never stop learning. Exactly. Never stop learning. I do want to say though, one thing that I learned about Japanese, and I do want to relay this to all of you, because it does look overwhelming, especially when you see how it's written, but it's very important to understand. In English, this is primarily for those of us who are speaking English. Let me make sure that I make that clear. For all of us English-speaking foreigners, those of us who speak English, we speak in the order of subject, verb, object. Cat ran home. When you strip Japanese down to its basic rudimentary level, it reads exactly like English, with one simple exception. The subject and the object, the verb and the object, verb and object are flipped. So when they say subject, object, verb, the verb goes at the end. What you're doing is, if you drop the subject, let's say we drop the subject in English, ran home. Okay, we have ran home. That is the most rudimentary English you could get away with. Ran home, or run home. Actually, that's the perfect way to say it. Run home. That is our most rudimentary, basic English sentence that we can understand. When we communicate to each other, we say run home. In Japanese, you say ie o ikimasu. Now, that says home run. Don't think baseball. Don't think baseball. The point I'm saying is that in Japanese, it's spoken backwards. It's English backwards. Run home, home run. Run home, ie o ikimasu. If you need any type of help in understanding Japanese, you are literally speaking English properly in the Japanese language grammatically, but you're doing it backwards. You're speaking backwards. You're not speaking it the way we would speak it in English, where we would say run home. You are saying home run. If you keep that in mind, that you're speaking English backwards in the Japanese language, then you shouldn't have too much of a difficulty being able to learn Japanese and speak Japanese, as long as you remember that it's English spoken backwards. The only thing is that the subject always starts the sentence because it's the topic. It's always the topic, and make sure you learn your wa and ga, because they determine the context of your sentence. But if you want to get off to the right start in Japanese, just remember, okay, Venom-san, just remember that you're speaking English backwards, literal English backwards in Japanese language. As you start there as your foundation, you can then you could be able to start your path to speaking Japanese and learning Japanese. It's pretty. This is why I love Japanese. I wouldn't say it's the easiest language or anything. It may not be, but what I'm saying is that if you want to really get off on the right start, just take the object, which is something like a house or home, and just start off on that. Just put your verb and your object, and just work your way up as the foundation, and develop your vocabulary from there. And then start relying on good books like Genki. Good books like Genki, and get yourself the Kanji Fast Finder and such like that. And Madagoto is good for conversation, to develop conversation, for conversational development. But yeah, just that's all you got to do. That's it. All right. So let me close this out with kanji drills, straight out of Genki, from the Genki. All right. Let's see here. What are my next set of kanji? So I can start building more of the chart up. And that's the other thing too that I want to point out that irks me about these books here, and why I like the Kanji Fast Finder. And I wish more books would do something about this with regards to kanji. Just as a coda, I want you to take a look at this here. This is the hiragana table. I use this table to read light novels that had furigana on it. That's how I was able to learn to read hiragana, and I did the same with katakana because it's got a chart as well. Because it also has a chart. Here we go. Here, I can also make it small. Here we go. Here's a smaller one. Yeah, you see. And then here's one, and here's a katakana one. Because these are static as opposed to a little bit more static compared to kanji, I use this to read light novels that had furigana and katakana. And that's how I was able to learn to read. There's the katakana. Anyway, my point is, that's how I learned to read hiragana and katakana very easily, by taking the furigana found in here, the furigana that sits on top of the kanji, use the chart. And the point I'm trying to make is, I wish that kanji, just the basic kanji, was like this. You know what I'm saying? At the very least, like this. So that way, with both the onyomi and kunyomi, so to speak. So that way I can use this and read and read Japanese. But alas, it can never be. It'll never be, and I'm very sad. Very sad. So very sad. I wish somebody would be able to make that. With the 2100 kanji. You know what I'm saying? You have the a, I, u, e, o lined up, and then you just put the relevant text to the whole thing. All right, sports and entertainment. I think I haven't done that yet, have I? All right, let's see here. All right. Kodomo. All right, so I was at Kodomo. Where are you? Right. Did I jump to the next one? Yeah, here we are. All right. So here's the next 10 kanji. Sentences. Let's switch this over to Japanese. All right. Next up is tsukue, which is desk. Oh, come on, you. Don't give me that. There we are. Tsukue. Tsukue. Okay. Tsukue. All right, and that's desk. desk. I gotta print these out so that way I can sit them right here in my face when I play video games, and I can search for the words. Did I cover? Oh no, I did cover Skule. Oh, the last one was Otera. Oh, Otera was temple. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. False start. That was a bad start. That was a bad start. No, I did do the Skule. Here we are. We're going to Koen. Koen. Oh, that's funny. It says Koenma. It pulled up Koenma's name from Yu Yu Hakusho. That's hilarious. Let's see. Koen. Here we are. Let's see. It's not giving it to me? Oh, that's because, alright. It's Koen. Koen. Here we are. Koen. Mm-hmm. Koen, which is park. All right. Let's see here. Basate. Now this one has a kanji on it. That's te. So let's see here. Basate. There it is. Here we are. Basate. Okay. So we have the kanji te, which is right down here. Te. This is bus stop. Here we go. BUS. There we go. Dang it. Okay. Byoin. That's hospital. Byoin. Here we go. Byoin. Byoin ni ikimasu. Byoin. Hospital. Okay. Next up is Honya. Honya, which is a bookstore. Kinukuniya wa Honya desu yo. Spell that Honya. 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 Menya. Menya itte ramen o tabemashita. Honya. Hon and ya. Bookstore. Machi. 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 Here we are. Yosh. Machi. That would be town, city. town, city. Okay. Kino. Kino. Kino wa Mitsuwa o ikimashita. Yeah. Kino. Ichijikan. 1 hour. Ichijikan. Yeah. はい。1時間。1時間。1時間。1 hour. 先週。Last week. Toki. はい。Toki, which means time. Well, it means when or at the time of. Toki. When or at the time of. So, an easy way, and this is something that we were taught in class with regards to Toki. What you could say is Kodomo no Toki. Kodomo no Toki means when I was a child. You start with that. So you'd be like, Kodomo no Toki, pizza restaurant ni ikimashita. When I was a child, I went to a pizza restaurant. Or you could say, or if you want, you could be clever and you could say, Kodomo no Toki, Chuck E. Cheese ni ikimashita. When I was a child, I went to Chuck E. Cheese. Experiment with Toki. It's a very, very, very easy statement to learn. It's a very easy statement to learn, Toki. Let's see here. The rest of this. Yeah, adverbs and other expressions. All right. I'll save those days. Right over here. Okay, perfect. Okay. I should save those for next week as well. Location words and dates, I'll save those for next week for the kanji drills. Let's see here. I haven't done the verbs yet, have I? No, I'm saving the verbs for the verb chart. That's why I'm not messing with the verbs. I'm keeping the verbs isolated from that. So what we could do is, well, jump over to here and we'll type in tabemono. We'll close out with tabemono. Tabemono. Okay, here we are. Tabemono. Which means food. Ta. Be. Mono. Tabemono. Food. Alright. So next week's kanji drills will focus on the dates. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And the location words, which is right, left, front, back, inside. I'll do all of them. So it's going to be a little extended. We're talking, I'm in here, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. So it's going to be extended. There'll be a 15 kanji session next week, covering location words and days, and the 5 days of the week. So there you go. There's your kanji, your 10 kanji for the week. 皆さん、ありがとうございました。That is the end of this segment. Here we are. Yosh. Here we go. I don't have that with me. That's alright. Daijoubu. Let me get this out. I got here the Maragoto books. I'm gonna try and see if I can remember to practice speaking Japanese while I play. Here we go. I have the fast finder right here. Here we go. Let me just save this. Make sure this is saved. I don't want to lose all this progress. There we go. All right. What's going on? I have finished the kanji drills that I'm son, and now I'm going into Joy Mech Fighter. 皆さん、今はテレビのゲーム Joy Mech Fighter. よし、皆さん. Alright. I also pulled up Capcom Arcade Stadium. I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to play it after Joy Mech Fighter, but I have it up, and I got the arcade stick. So if I have time, I'll jump into Capcom Arcade Stadium. I'm gonna try the best that I can using Sensei's notes. I should have printed out the others. Well, I got the Marakoto books, so I'm gonna try my best to speak Japanese during the gameplay. You'll probably hear a lot of English, but I will practice because we learned a lot of good stuff here. Where is? I should have brought my notebook. Shouldn't be. Let me see here. Where was this at? Yonde kara. Let's see. Where was it? Page 100? No, we didn't get to there. It was over here. Atta. Where is it at? Famicom に行けます。Venom-san, remember, this is Famicom Switch Online, not NES Switch Online. Joy Mech Fighter. Let's enjoy that. There was a new thing that we learned last week, and I want to get that out. I want to get to that because I want to practice that. Let's see. It's actually a very simple statement. I'll have to get my notebook. I didn't print it out. Crap. I gotta remember to print out Sensei's notes. Sumimasen, minasan. Here we are. Page 104. I knew it was in the hundreds. Here we go. Yosh. Nagara. Nagara. So Nagara, so you guys say verb, Nagara, verb. So it is, the way it works is you take ikimasu, you drop the mas, and you put iki, and attach it to Nagara. So you say iki Nagara. So what it means is, and then you complete it with another verb. So you would say, iki Nagara, ramen o tabemasu. So what you're saying is, I went and ate ramen at the same time. So nagara means you're doing two verbs at the same time. So if you're saying you eat and run, then you would say tabe. You would say tabe nagara aruite. No, that's not one. What was run? Hashiru. Yes. Hashimasu. Harimasu. So you would say tabe nagara harimasu. Eat and run. So that's what I'm gonna practice with. And that'll be good for a fighting game. Because I'm gonna be doing multiple things at the same time with a fighting game. So that's today's phrase to learn. Hopefully I'll remember to speak. So for those of you who might notice this little character here, this is Scapone. Scapone, you've seen in Smash Brothers. And this is his game, Joy Mech Fighter. This is where he came from. For those of you who have played Smash Brothers and saw that weird looking character, I think he was an assist character. Was he an assist character? Scapone? I think it was. I know it was a trophy. It was definitely a trophy. Let me see here. Let's check. Let's confirm this here. Scapone Smash assist. Was he? Yes, he is. In Ultimate, he's an assist trophy. He is an assist trophy in Smash Brothers Ultimate, and this is what he looks like. Yeah, this is his game. Aha, Scapone is my icon. It's your icon in Smash currently. Yosh, yosh. So that's where he came from. I'm surprised Nintendo didn't even add him to Smash Brothers as a full fighter. Could have taken up one of the Fire Emblem slots, quite honestly. It would have been cool playing as Scapone and Joy Mech Fighter. So here we go. There you go. How's the volume, Venom-san? Is it too loud? Am I too loud? Is the world loud? Are you loud? It's all good. That's good. Excellent. Alright. So, what's awesome about this mode is it's got 1P versus com. And according to the game, there's over 20 characters. There's over 20 characters. If I remember, if they said that, let's see, how many characters? They claim there's over 20 characters in Joy Mech Fight. Characters in Joy Mech Fight. I'm still, I've been taking a look at that, trying to see. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, the wiki says there's 36 unique fighters. The first page is accessed immediately on starting the game. The second, third, and fourth pages are accessed through beating the game's campaign war mode on hard difficulty. This difficulty is unlocked through beating the first page of fighters in normal mode's war. So upon beating this mode, you unlock the hardest difficulty of war called special, and beating that allows you to use the page 5 fighters, the bosses of the game. Yeah. So that's a lot of unlocking to do. That is a lot of unlocking to do, and I should and I'm gonna want to do that because yeah, that many characters. So you know what that means, Phantom-san. If I can unlock all 36 fighters with a 1 PV com Oh, and here's another little fact. This game was the first game to have the most characters, 36, before King of Fighters 98 came out. Yes. But I gotta unlock this, and I think that's gonna be a nice focus point for a while here. Let's go into one player. あるところにロボットを作らせたら世界一の白ひげ世界世界arigato. Sekai ichi. Why does it look like she? That threw me off. Sekai ichi no shiro hige no litoru ichin or Emon? Emon. Oh, Amon. Right. His name is supposed to be Amon, right? The professor is supposed to be named Amon. You know what? I should pull up the wiki in case so I can get the names right. Joy Mech Fight. There we go. It should be Amon, right? Scalpel. Ivan Walnuts, right? Because the name is Ivan Walnuts. I think the other one was named Amon. So it should be Amon. Oh look, this wiki has all the names of the attacks. Well, I got the names right. Anyway, wiki Joy Mech Fight. There we go. What was the name? Emon? Dr. Emon. Hai, correcto. Dr. Emon. Yep. Yeah. Dr. Little Amon and Dr. Ivan Walnuts. So there you go. Litoru. So that's Litoru. Litoru Amon and Ivan Walnuts. Walnuts. はい。もちろんファミコンとスーパーファミコンテクストは難しい話します。黒ひげのイヴァンは夏トイオあたりの博士がありました。 二人はとっても仲良で、助け合ってたくさんのロボットを作り出しました。ある日、いいもん、いい風が天気をは室に行くと、どうしたことか7体あったロボットが一体もみ当たりません。それ、just so you all know, you see that first character on the top left? That shape? That's so. That's the hiragana so. There's two variations of it, and that's the alternate form. I didn't even know that. Sensei told me that that's so, because I thought it was kanji all this time, and I'm like, why is it that way? why that? It was very annoying all this time. I'm like, because when I was reading, because most especially when I was reading Kaiju number 8, and I came across that text. It was like, what the heck is that? I'm like looking all up and down the kanji finder and everything, and it's like, and it turns out all this time it was hiragana for so, and that really makes me mad that they used that. そればかりがロボットを作るための設定図や機械がこれされ、リトル悪チャージ育成もその日を境にいなくなってしまいました。I'm wondering how in the world these 10-year-olds, these kids from age 6 through 12 managed to read this when they were playing the Famicom back in the 80s. そうちつこis it Warunachi? Oh no, Warunatsu. Warunatsu 育成が停止道に出ていました。諸君に稽古する私は大凶のロボ軍団を控えて世界を服する。征服る。抵抗すれば容赦しない。すっかり悪になってしまった悪夏生かせを見て Imon Ikase. Ikase. I think that's that's Doctor Ikase. Ikase wa taihen. Yeah. Amon Ikase. That's Doctor Imon. Okay. Ikase is wa taihen na kanashimashita. しばらく悩んだ末、Imon Ikase は完成、加速性に社業に出ていた終わりロボのスカポンを呼び戻し、戦闘用ロボに改造しました。そして、スカポンにました。悪ロボに改造された仲間のロボは私が貸しそうしないして元の良いロボにできるじゃろう。Is that yo? 思わ辛い気持ちを振り切って仲間だった悪ロボを倒すのじゃこうしてスカポンと悪ロボ軍団の熾烈な戦いが始まったのでした。スカポンよ、お前の仲間だった7体のロボが街をおらしてある。戦闘用に改造された思いの力でロボたちの目を覚まさせるのじゃ。バカめ、オラリロボのスカポンなど、車線我らの地形ではないわ。昔の仲間たちにいたぶられて、完成に逃げてかれるのがおちゃらは。ははははは。 どのロボの相手になってくれる中だ。Let's see. 悪ロボ1。Oh gosh, I can't even. Wow. The text fonts are getting even crazier. 悪いフォント。戦時ネオイガジャイアントセスタYou have to squint too? Oh man. But the music rocks. はい。これ。長距離欲に必殺技を果たして返せるかな。はい。Oh. Oh, hey. Oh, okay. My data's saved. It looks like my data's saved because I fought these guys in the last show. Cool. I thought the data wasn't saved. Alright. So, yeah, continuing on from where I left off. Let's stick with Scapone. 邪魔のお笑いロボじゃ多彩な技が魅力じゃぞ。Oh, he shoryuken me. Yosh. Stop running away. Oh. Yosh. Alright, got the first round. Oh, not much energy back. Yo! That's Shoryuken. これは Shoryuken です。よし。タイガー。 うん。ふふ。ああ。ああ。Yo, he just comboed me. Yosh. Okabon. Skapon. 利用心あ Tiger. Oh, Tiger. It's Tiger. Tiger. はい。こいつの下げの標的になってみるがいい。スカポン。はい。スタート。Oh, manual. This is the manual. This is how to do all of his attacks here. Oh, okay. But we're already good on that one. So start. It is charming. Hi. Kawaii-o. I still don't know why this isn't in Smash Brothers. He should have been a Smash Brothers fighter. That would have been so cool. Too many all those Fire Emblem slots, and one of them could have gone to Skapon. I don't know why Nintendo didn't follow through on this. This is actually a really good fighting game. Ugh, that bison slide. Oh! Nice. Yosh. Pulled off the wake up. Okazami. Ooh, Yosh. Skapon. このロボのドリルで串刺しにしてくれるわ。スカポン。ジモンのお笑いロボじゃ、多彩、I read that. Just look at the way he walks. Yosh. Anti-air? Anti-air kick. Got it. Just throw him. Hmm. すみません。殴りながら、Did I not write this? Where's my index cards at? Oh, here we go. Did I not write punch and throw here? No, I didn't. Huh. Almost should I? So, 殴りながら、スカーポンを、投げます。投げました。スカーポンは、スカーポンを、殴りながら、ロボを、 投げました。I think I got it right. Little Dr. Wily Mobile. Goal victory.テキストを読みながら、ゲームをしました。よし。おうほうほう。Look at this neutral game. Oh. Oh. Rolling Ska. Yosh. Oh. Oh wow, I destroyed him. His caporal is a charge move. Yeah. Scapon roll is a charge move. Sonic Boom. Kunani Ran is A plus B. What else? His Scapon toss is his other special. You just press back and A when you're close to an opponent. I put that, sorry, that's the wrong direction. That's in the wrong direction. Let me fix that up. Yeah, it's in the wrong direction. Sorry. Gomen nasai minasan. Correcto. スペシャルはコレクトをします。Crap. Dang it. I forgot. I don't have it. The thing, I didn't save it. Saveをしないよ。I can't, I don't I'd have to redo the whole entire move set, move list. Just so I can change that one icon. That's gonna be done off show. Scapantos is back A. Back A. こいつのそうありがとうフェヌさん。アイパアパイアパアパにせいぜいチャイすることだな。I think she's the Chun-Li of the group. Neo. Yeah, she's the Chun-Li of the group. That was supposed to be Chun-Li's yeah. That's Chun-Li's kick. Lightning kick. Tosu. Yosh. Oh, down. Neo down. That's what it's saying in katakana. Scalpone down. Oh. Ngee. Yosh. Yo. Oh. ごめんなさい、皆さん。はいはいはいはいはい。I've got to change. Great. So it's gonna be an entirely different sound. Oh. なかなか夜な。それで、それでは、こちらも、ワルロボ、軍団、ズッテンズッテンソーのその意も。はい。ボス。ボスファイト。ねえ、Ostrich or Roadrunner. ダチョ。よし。ダチョン。おー。おー。ダチョントス。うん。よし。Oh, cool. Replays. Oh, nice. リプレイを見ました。I know, right? Look at that's the way I beat them. Why was this not brought to the US? Stage 1 clear. Push start. Yosh. Oh, that was just stage 1. Oh, Mega Man. Look at that. The Mega Man map, the Wily stages. よくやった、スカポン。取り戻した7体のロボは改造して我らの仲間に戻った。この7体のロボット ともに、次の関門に、餅か燃える八体のロボ、を、倒すのじゃ。で、ゴマを仲間にしてかったつもりか重すぎるんだよ。ここからは本当の悪さちロボくんDanの恐ろしさを思い知らせてやる。Here's the 8 new robots. セーブ。はい。どこでもセーブ。はい。はい。はい。よし。Okay, I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, I'm gonna stop here. And save this for next week. I'm gonna stick with Joy Mech Fight. I'm gonna stick with Joy Mech Fight. This will be the focus, so I can unlock all the fighters. Yeah, I like that idea. So that's gonna be the focus for Mondays. And I'm gonna unlock all 36 fighters, so I could do a roster run. All right, so I got this saved, just in case. All right, and we're gonna jump out, and I'm gonna switch over, and so I'm gonna switch over. So that means that next week I'm gonna play against all 8 fighters, so I could clear that part out. So yeah, we got a good thing going here. So let's switch out. All right. There we go. I'll sit that there. Yeah, and we're gonna do Capcom Arcade Stadium. All right. Yeah, we are. Hey. All right. Let me make some space here. Move this to the side. Did we get an update or something? So many chords. There we go. Let's bring you over here. You like that I'm giving the game love? I'm giving Joy Mech Fight love. You wanna know why? You wanna know why I'm giving it love? Because Nintendo didn't bring it out here. That's why I'm giving it love. We gotta give it some love because it should have came to North America. That was a good game. This is a good game. Not was, is. はじめ。はい、皆さん、カプカンアーケードスタディア。よし。はい、あと、おう、ご注意。漢字を読みながらゲームをしました。はい。チキチキボーイズ。はい、よし。今はチキチキボーイズを遊びましょう。insert coin. はい。 Um. Wow, that's actually annoying. I don't understand why. I don't understand why they have it set like that. In order for me to add credit, I have to press the R button down. But it's not giving. But I can't seem to get the option to. Jeez, that's so ridiculous. Let me see here. No, right? And I can't seem to change that up. Yeah, let me just. Yeah, it is weird. I think it's stupid. Privacy, system settings. There's no way to. I'm not worried about manuals. The problem is, and what it's instructing me to do is to press down the R stick, because the R stick is also a button. And I have no means of changing that. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Is this it? There we go. That's weird. Well, why didn't I see it the first time around? When I scrolled down here. There. That's really annoying. Default type 2? Are you sure you want to turn all control? Change the type 2 settings which are suitable for use with an arcade stick controller. Yeah, okay. So okay. So there we go. Why? Oh, jeez. Why didn't? That's real annoying. That's real annoying. This is unintuitive. All right. Yeah. Let me get this back to Japanese. Lost all this time to this. Real annoying. よし。ラウンド1から、世界、ラウンド1は世界、じゃん、よし。あ、えThis is weird. 何よ。What kind of game is this? 何よ。It's like Final Fight when your character spawns and everyone falls to the floor. Neither have I. It's Chiki Boys. I gotta say, it is pretty cool. I am having a good time here. 楽しいですよ。チキチキボーイは楽しいです。ああ。ああ。ボス。You're right, he does have the Mega Man X wall jump. They probably got that from this. Omoshiroi yo. Chikai no Coqui wa 早い。 ケレカです。Them bones. Ah. Oh. 剣はパワーアップをします。You. Kame no Ryu. It's a turtle dragon. Ah. Hai. Akata. Yosh. Reminds me of Trio the Punch. All the weirdness. テキストを読みながらテレビゲームをします。遊びました。へえ。水？ はい。うん。よし。ああ、わかった。よし。鍵があります。竜宮。うわ、コキ。され、あげる。あ、ボーナスアップ。おう。はいはい。ジャングルに行きます。ほう。ありがとう。よし。女？ Like Metal Slug, only with swords and women. Golden turtle dragon with wings. Alright, あとは よし。ありがとうございます、ベナムさん。Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I'm glad you had a great time. I think I'm gonna be calling it too. It's almost, it's that time. Once I finish this stage up. Gotta stay within 3 hours. So, definitely we'll revisit continue on with Chiki Chiki Boys at a later date. Maybe next week. I don't know. I'll see what happens. Thank you for hanging out.よし。よし。やったー。皆さん。はい。セーブ。はい。よし。はい。はい。よし。皆さん、ありがとうございました。ありがとうございます。次のライブストリーム、来週に、ジョイメカファイターとチキチキボーイズ。よし。皆さん、thank you everybody. Next week's Japanese live stream will be more Joy Mech Fight and more Chiki Chiki Boys. Gonna get through that. And, of course, more lessons. More Japanese lessons, Mina-san. Thank you all for joining me. Arigatou gozaimashita, Mina-san. Arigatou. Here on Twitch, Mina-san. Here on Twitch, got Pokemon Nuzlocke on Twitch. Today here on on Twitch. 皆さん、来週に、またね